Welcome back everyone to more Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing. And in today's video, we're headed to Five Forks, race number 11 on the schedule. And this should be a lot of fun. We've been sort of up and down there in the past. A lot of times we just really didn't have the speed to run with those guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens now that we've had some improvements to our car since the last time we were there. You see at the bottom of the screen, 104 out of 106. So we've got our normal repair work to do before we get there and possibly even an upgrade. However, there's something else I want to show you guys that happened after I stopped recording the last video. A screen popped up that I was not expecting, and it was under the sponsor tab. You notice that right here, if I press the X key, in the midget cars, we're used to seeing this screen, and to this point in the season, we have achieved an unlock on the first 3 of the 4 sponsors, with the final sponsor, Jake's Golf Carts, being unlocked in the final race of the season, showcase event number 3. That's normal. We've seen that each and every season. However, at the bottom of the screen, there is a switch series. Now it moves to the 305s, and you can see at the top, the 2 sponsors in the middle, we have successfully unlocked them by virtue of our top 5 in showcase event number 2. So we're good to go, it would seem, for the 305s. And the reason I say it would seem is I'm not sure if this 100% unlocks our ability to move forward into the 305s next year without considering where we end up in the points, or if it's still going to be determined by where we end up in the points. Who knows? One of the bad sides of recording these races and doing all the work behind the scenes is that it slows down your pace getting through this. So I have no doubt that a lot of you guys watching this have already been into the 410s and probably even completed the career mode. But for me, part of the enjoyment of career mode is finding this stuff out and learning this stuff for the very first time. So I am very excited to move forward, and I'm certainly not asking for you guys to give me any hints about what's coming. Again, it is so much fun in the career mode to find this stuff out as we're moving along. But the good news is we already have 2 sponsors unlocked should we make our way into the 305s. So this is where it's really unfortunate that we will not be continuing this on the channel, because I am having so much fun, and that's considering that I'm driving the car that I absolutely enjoy the least in the game. So that gives you an idea of where I'm at as far as enjoyment. So we've got one more showcase event this season, and a win at that showcase, which is definitely a tall order, will unlock the final race sponsor, which is Racing Electronics. And it has a very nice package along with it. So I would love to have that for next season. But right now, let's turn our focus back to the current season. Five Forks Speedway, race number 11. If we take a look at the point standings, you can see that we are in 9th position. If we scroll down just a little bit to 10th, we are only 8 points out of 10th. And then we've got no cushion at all to 11th because they're tied. So it is a very, very close race around that top 10 level. The good news for us is that if you look above us in 8th position, there's only 2 points keeping us out of 8th. So we really need to focus very hard over these next few races coming up in order to secure the very best results we can. Now, 7th position is way out there. So those guys have been consistent all year long. And then you can see Tony Stewart in the top 5. But right now, my goal is to get us up into the 8th position. So with that in mind, we need to come down into our suspension. And we've already seen last time that we want to do some repair work, obviously, our normal repair. So we'll go ahead and do that, even though all of this is certainly not necessary at each and every race. But let's come back down. Remember, we had $25,000 is what we needed. Well, we've got $27,000. So that is exactly what we need to have. So let's go ahead and move forward with purchasing a new part. Now, the downside of this is that it also told me that in order to start a 305 team, I needed $22,000. So this is clearly going to wipe out all of that money, but we're doing it because this is all about making the most of our remaining races here in the Midget Series. So a level 3 suspension, $25,025. purchase that part, and please go ahead and equip it. So that takes care of that. For right now, I'm not going to worry about selling off the existing parts. I'll take care of that later on. But just for a moment, let's take a look and just enjoy the fact that we've made it to a plus 116. Obviously, plus 120 would be the max, but that it takes a huge amount of money when compared to simply reaching the 116 level. This is the level we've been wanting to reach, and it's taken us this far into Season 3 to finally get there. Now, what can we do with it on the track? Practice and qualifying in the books, and they both went amazingly well. Didn't run very many laps as normal in practice, but we were able to put down an 11:58 and then back that up essentially identical in the qualifying session. Now, we qualified second overall to, I believe, Tony Stewart, who was 1/100th of a second faster. So we had plenty of speed for these guys, and boy, is that a nice change of pace for us after all these races trying to move out of the way. Maybe now we can be the one rooting these guys out of the way. So by virtue of our second fastest qualifying time, we'll be starting on the pole for heat number 2.
On the racetrack, the top 5 head to the A, and top 2 make the dash.
All right, so our goal is to be in the top 2. So we're starting on the pole, which means we get the bottom. Let's see if we can get off to a better start than the rest of these guys. Oh, wow, he's already to our inside. All right, I'll give you some room down there. Oh, yikes. He clipped me coming off that corner, and that slung us right into him. All right, so let's see if we can get back into some sort of a rhythm here and see what kind of speed we've got. Oh, he's down there, I believe. He might not be, but it sure feels like he is.
It's the last lap. Go get him. Good luck.
All right, there you have it. A very eventful race. Certainly a lot more contact than I wanted, but we get the job done. We'll be moving on to the qualifying dash.
Just about ready to start the qualify dash. Remember, the winner of this race starts on the pole of the A main.
All right, starting on the outside of the front row, our first goal is to get off to a great start and then try to get to that bottom and get the best starting position we can possibly get. Oh, hello. A little contact there for the first corner. All right, we must have cleared him.
This race has been a great one. Let's see what we've got the rest of the way.
All right, let's see if we can hold on to this. Oh, that was a terrible corner.
2 more laps.
Oh, I felt somebody down there. Yikes, I got hit by 2 cars.
One more time around.
All right, so overall, not too bad. Second position, certainly we would prefer to have the pole, but second position is nothing to be mad about. We'll take that and move into the A main.
Is hitting the racetrack. We have a stacked field tonight. This should be a good one.
I agree. It should be a great race starting on the outside of the front row. We need to get off to a great start and see if we can get to the bottom and set the pace for these guys. See what kind of speed we've got. All right, we got to the bottom right there. Let's see if I can. Oh, yep, missed my spot there. This is one of those spots I tend to get lost a little bit because I haven't spent enough time here to really get into the flow of it and find my visual markers for entry. All right, that wasn't too bad. Oh, I missed that one badly. That was terrible. Same thing here, that was terrible. Scrubbing off way too much speed. We're not going to be in the lead much longer if this continues. So, in fact, there you go, right on cue. These guys are coming through. Ooh, hello. All right, so apparently a body slam was in order.
10 laps remain.
There's that groove you can see visually. Remember, it doesn't make any difference as far as the grip of the track like it would in real life, but it is always refreshing to see that. Ouch. Lots of contact there. Somebody is pushing me, it feels like, into the corner right now. Alright, so we are not giving an inch at this point. Oh, couldn't make the corner. That was all me. Ouch. Okay, yes, I get it. You want me to move out of the way. But it's not going to happen. I'm not moving.
5 more to go.
At this point, they're going to have to move me out of the way. Oh my goodness gracious.
The drivers seem to be getting into a rhythm out there. Great job.
Yeah, these guys are much better at getting through this traffic than I am. That is for sure.
Only 2 more to go, folks. One more time around the track.
All right, final lap. We are in 6th position. And which way is this lap car going to go? We're going to take the bottom. All right, not bad. I mean, it's certainly not a victory or a podium, but I will take it. I struggled mightily in that race, just trying to hit my marks properly. Didn't do that very often, so we were about 4 seconds off the lead by the end of the race. But I still had quite a bit of fun, even with all of the contact that was going on during that. Didn't damper the amount of fun I was having at all. So let's move forward, see what kind of a race purse we're going to get for our 6th place finish. All right, and that moves us into the 8th position in the season standings. Remember, that is our new goal. All right, $2,400 is our race purse. Add in the sponsor and merch, $3,335. Not bad. We'll take it. Now let's move forward to the summary. We are credited with moderate driving, so we only lose a couple of points of performance, which is something we've seen quite a bit. And in fact, I think we saw that same thing after our most recent race. So lose a little bit of condition and a little bit of performance, but overall, not bad at all. So you can see there our sponsor goal that I chose was 2 top 5s within 3 races, so we just missed that in today's race. So we'll need to be on our best behavior in the next 2 races leading up to the final showcase event. So overall, counting our practice bonus, $4,055 for today's event, giving us a new total in our bank account of $12,805. We pick up 6 new fans for a fresh new total of 456. So another fun day at the racetrack. Not quite as good of a finish as we might have liked, but otherwise a lot of fun for me, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned for more Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing.